Hi, hello, good morning. It is Monday, November 9th, and this is the second week of the Bloomin readathon. Hi, my name is India. I use they, them, and she, her pronouns. And I'm participating in the Bloomin readathon, and I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I did make a previous vlog, you're welcome to watch it. One thing that I didn't mention is that I have been reading Gaza in Crisis by Noam Chomsky and one other author, and I'm just trying to educate myself because I know nothing. So I'm reading that, and I think my plan was to read that and then On Palestine, which was like kind of follow-up to Gaza in Crisis, which was published in, say, like 2008 or like 2012. But I may go ahead and try to get my hands on the 100 Years War in Palestine, just because I feel like I do need more of a foundational support. Besides that, I need to figure out what fiction book I want to read. I should read Two Serious Ladies. Mostly because I have this rented. I have this checked out from work. I work at a bookstore, and I know I'm approaching the like check back in date with that one. But at the same time, there are some other books that I feel like I'm drawn to right now, so let me get those. Here they are. First up, we have Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. This would be a reread. I'm just feeling like I want a classic. I'm slowly rereading Jane Austen's novels. It's good for me. It is like medicine. I also have, this is a copy of Herland by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, but I might just read The Yellow Wallpaper, which is also in here. And that could be good for me to get into, and I might even bring this with me to work and kind of read it when I'm in ELA classes. And then I've got Wide Sargasso Sea by Jean Rhys. This is a book inspired by retelling, taking a stance on Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I feel like likely it's gonna be between these two and Two Serious Ladies. You know? The other thing I want to show is this. This is not the best lighting. Let me look at it. This is The North Shore by Tin Can Knits. And it is a sweater for my friend's baby. I'm really nervous about this being too small for him. I don't think it is, but he's a growing little baby boy. And I think I knit the 9 to 12 months or size, but I'm just nervous that it's not gonna fit him. And I also like, it's starting to get consistently cold, and so I want him to be able to wear it in the winter months. So I am going to wrap this up and put a little note and bring it to work, and it's gonna be like Christmas came early, and I think it'll be adorable. I'm so looking forward to it. But like, oh, it's so tiny. I've been having so much fun knitting gifts. This year has been pretty hard. I have a chronic illness now. I have a chronic condition, chronic pain. It's hard to categorize because it's chronic hives. I've been having a difficult time, and going into this season, I always love fall. I like when it gets colder. I like when it's like gray and gloomy and rainy in the Pacific Northwest. Like, that's really why I'm here. But it's nice to have this additional like bolster of excitement, of like support, of something to look forward to in knitting, in making gifts for my loved ones, and just like, I don't know, making things. Gift giving is definitely one of my love languages. I just love making things for people and giving it to them. Though, tangent, there are so many valid critiques of like the 5 love languages and how it's like rooted in Christianity. Anyway, I have always been confused about them because I'm like, all of those love languages are gift giving. Like everything is a gift. Time is a gift. Like doing something for someone is a gift, and like physical touch is a I'm like, everything is giving. Everything is giving. I am cozy because I just got home from work and felt like being cozy. I'm also here to do a little bit of a book haul. I found Kissing the Witch by Emma Donoghue secondhand, and I've been meaning to read this forever because it's queer and it's Emma Donoghue who wrote Room. I have The Death of the Heart by Elizabeth Bowen. This is about this like young couple that's very passionate when they're young, and kind of this idea of what changes as they get older. I found The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, like pristine condition. This is on my list of things to read, just period. And so I was like, okay, I must get this. And then I got My Sister the Serial Killer by Okanan Braithwaite, also on my list of things to read. Fantastic. I also had the pleasure of happening upon some little hardbacks. I've been on this rant before. I think that these are the perfect thing to read from. I love reading classics from these. It's the best. I have, this is the Oxford World Classics, and I read or reread Jane Eyre in this edition and adored it. This is The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy, which is, it's about corn and the corn trade and like agriculture in 19th century Britain. Then I found Great Expectations. So this I already had a copy of, but I was like, I'm going to be so much more likely to read it if it's this copy. So I'm gonna sell my other one or like trade it in at Powell's. This is another one where I had a copy of this and I'm like, no, I am so much more likely to read it like this. This is Great Expectations. This is about Pip. Pip's an orphan. Sad things happen. It's Charles Dickens. Then Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. These are the Barnes & Noble collector's library, and like they're just so little. Those are the books. What else do I have to tell you about? Oh, I had a pretty good day at work. I will say it was really quite lovely, and I had a couple of moments where I could read, and so I got some of Two Serious Ladies read, and I'm confused. From the first chapter to the second chapter, we've like jumped narrators. Don't mind me just looking at my hair. I'm very happy with it. We've jumped it does look blue and bluer in this light than it actually is. Like it's not coming up true to color on camera. We've jumped characters from like the first 2 characters we were following in the first chapter, and then they meet these people and we're following those people now. And I think I'm a little bit less interested, but I'm gonna keep on going. I don't want to read this anymore. I don't want to read Two Serious Ladies anymore, and I feel like I've given it a pretty good shot, so I'm just gonna not read it anymore. I don't know how I feel about The red and the green. Yeah, this feels very like Christmassy, and that's okay. Anyway, I have just been having a mellow morning. I've been knitting. Haven't started reading, mostly because I'm like, I know today I want to read The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, which is the last bit of this book. This is Herland. So yeah, it's just this much. I haven't wanted to start it because I kind of want to read it at school. I work in a number of ELA classes where they have like reading time, and so I read during the reading time. I also at work have been reading Gaza in Crisis, and I'm midway through a chapter about the like legacies of US foreign policy regarding Israel and like the Arab world. I struggle to understand political history. Like that's something that I've just always had a hard time grappling with in terms of like current events and the history leading up to it. It's something that's always been difficult for me. So I'm taking it slow. I'm rereading a lot. Again, I think I mentioned I'm gonna maybe pick up the 100 Years War on Palestine to supplement my reading and supplement my understanding. But I've also been reading that during times where I'm in a classroom and kids are kind of working independently and they may or may not need support. And so I've just been doing that alongside them. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably start Northanger Abbey or Longbourn this evening. The fact that it is really dark, or just dark, period, when I get home has caught up to me. I was planning on coming home, probably finishing up The Yellow Wallpaper, and I might read some of this. I really truly might, but I also just want to sit and watch YouTube and knit. So I'm gonna let myself do that for a little bit. So far I'm really liking The Yellow Wallpaper, which I was anticipating. Like I had no reason to expect that I wouldn't like it. I think Charlotte Perkins Gilman's writing is really deft. I just used that word in a crossword puzzle. It gives you what it needs to give you, and I like it a lot. Aw, she's so cute. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, and that's gonna be the last day of school for this week because Friday is Veterans Day. Gonna, read sooner, but it did not. I have not yet read anything. I've been winding up some Hanks, drinking some hot cocoa. I'm gonna wind up some boucle, and I'm pretty scared because I know this is gonna want to stick to itself. This is for a friend's hat, she a year ago was like, will you make me like a really fluffy hat that has bear ears, because I feel like, you know, kids' hats have little like bear ears, but she wants a hat for herself with that. And I was like, absolutely, I will do anything for you. So let's see how this goes. This was so creepy. I finished the yellow wallpaper. That was scary. I'm scared. I think it was good. But also I like need to Google some things. So I'm gonna do that. Eleanor. Yeah. Cool. Nice. This is gonna be for my cacti space, because that did not take me long at all. Because it's a short story. Maybe novella? I think more like a short story. Oh! We're just gonna cuddle. It is raining and I'm walking to a bus stop. I stayed the night at a friend's, which was really nice and wholesome. We did our little grandma crafts. They're just starting to get into quilting, and so I worked on my knitting and also made some cupcakes. They were really yummy. They were like just like a box cake, but added like chai spice to them, and then added just like a lot of ginger to a like vanilla frosting. So it was just really yummy and really wholesome, and I'm now realizing that I left the cupcake that I was going to eat there. But yeah, I'm walking to the bus stop so that I can get home and kind of like get ready for the day before I head, honestly, like back this direction so I can do some like informational picketing at the bookstore I work at. So yeah, it's very much a Portland fall day and I really like it. It's Sunday and I need to get some things. I need to go to the pet store, hey baby, to get some more flea medication for my cats. Very fun. I also need to get laundry detergent and like the non-prescription meds that I take. So that'll also be fun. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of reading this weekend, which makes me a little bit sad because it was a 4-day weekend for me. I'm not going into work tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got therapy and I'm going to a hot yoga class. So those should both be good. I spent yesterday doing a lot of knitting. I'm almost done with another panel of my parallel play shawl. I'm trying to decide whether I want the next panel I do to be the last one. I'm just about done with each of the skeins, of the first skein of each of the colors that I chose, and part of me doesn't want to dip into the other ones, but on the other hand, I'm like, what am I gonna use them for? Probably just Sophie scarves, to be honest, so that I have one in each of those colors, which is, I don't know, I think that's really cute. That's what it's like. I think I am gonna keep going just so that it is just like really wide and cozy and colorful, because that's what it's supposed to be. Pet store, grocery store. I'm gonna let myself stop into Urban Outfitters. I don't know. That's just been my recent treat to myself. I'm not someone who typically buys things new, let alone clothes, but now like I let myself go in there and look at their sale rack, and part of me wants to see if there's like a big, like oversized long sleeve like men's t-shirt. Who knows though. Hello. I did something that I should have done a while ago, which is find a version of Northanger Abbey to read on my Kindle. And that's been great. I say having started that only like an hour ago, but I feel a lot more compelled to just pick this up and just to read this when I'm in bed. I don't know what it is. I don't love, like, hardbacks are not my favorite, and I don't think that's why I have kind of been slagging with Northanger Abbey, but this will be helpful. I do have my physical copy nearby in case I want to make any annotations, but mostly I'm like, I just want to dive into the world and be in Regency era times. Austonian things. Anyway, it's about 5:30. I need to make sure that I make food a little bit later, but for the most part, I would really like to just finish Northanger Abbey. I don't think I can do that, but read more of it. I finished a sock today. I've been re-knitting these socks. They're a gift because I need to make them a little bit longer. So I need to try this one on before I completely sew in the loose end. But yeah, it's cute. It has this cable pattern. Yeah. Anyway. Happy Saturday. Today's gonna be the last day of this vlog, whether I finish anything or not. Tomorrow's my birthday, and then next week is like Thanksgiving break, and so at some point I'll be heading back to Idaho to go be with my family. Right now, I really want to go to the cafe that is like near my apartment and just knit and read, but the thing that I've decided I want to finish is my parallel play shawl. But I'm just about done with the first skeins that I caked up, and so now I'm going to cake up these ones. I'm really not going to dip too much into these, and I think I mentioned it before, these are each going to become little like Sophie shawls, just because I think it'd be nice to have like one in each color. This like orange one, like this green guy, purple, and the blue. So I'm gonna cake those up, put something on to watch while I'm doing that to keep myself entertained. She's so pretty. Hi. Hi, baby. Where's the other one? Eleanor, what are you doing?